I'm not sure we've ever seen a generational shift like the one we're experiencing today. As far as my limited perspective goes, the next generation takes control and life goes on. However, things are looking quite different as this whole abomination thing plays itself out. This incoming generation is exhibiting the humility of a lion in a field of goats. This election is all about the change and hope they tirelessly recite but can't define. It's all about their future. But what happens if they get their way and Barack Obama becomes the President of the United States? And even more ominous, what happens if they don't get their way? Things could get ugly on a grand scale. We all understand the historical significance of witnessing the election of the second black president. This would indeed trump the World Series victory of the Boston Red Sox after the 100-plus years of the curse of the Bambino. This would trump the victory of the USA hockey team over the Red Army. In fact, there is nothing we've witnessed in our lifetime that would surpass this. Now, what occasionally happens when a city's team wins a championship? We have riots. There's looting, hooliganism, vandalism, drunken disorderliness, assaults, and sometimes injury or death. And as this wouldn't be about one single city, can you imagine the potential for nationwide rioting by punks looking for an excuse and now having the greatest of reasons to do so? Let's not forget, the people most likely to create mayhem are the youth. Many of them are Obama supporters and not knowing exactly why, besides the fact he's black. As these are the same people who routinely commit a whole range of misdemeanor and/or criminal offenses just to videotape and post them online, I would hope those who maintain the servers at YouTube are ready for a surge of uploads in the hours following an Obama victory. Remember Seattle when the World Economic Summit brought unruly anarchist destruction of public and private property. Remember the looting that engulfed New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. Remember Chicago during the Democrat convention, and no other event has ever had the historical significance or excuse to create mass hell as an Obama election. Let the party begin. We all know what it takes to piss off some in a city. Even congresswomen can instigate a crowd chanting, "No justice, no peace." I lived in Los Angeles during the Rodney King riot, which was kind of intense. Everyone was on edge. Parts of the city were burning, and there was a sunset to sunrise curfew. Most people were praying some minor incident set off something in an adjacent neighborhood. If Barack Obama loses, the template has already been created. Hillary Clinton supporters are claiming her nomination was stolen from her and them. That excuse is now quite typical whenever a liberal loses. Can you imagine what will happen if Obama loses? It won't be because McCain garnered more votes. It'll be because he was considered more experienced and the American people wanted an adult in the Oval Office. It won't be because he laid out a more detailed vision for the United States as opposed to change and hope, tax the rich and oil companies and stop the oceans from rising. It'll be because white America was too racist to elect a black man. Every vote for McCain will be compared to a baton strike on Rodney King's upper body. Every electoral college vote will be like the sting of the lash on the back of every black person in America. The man will have won again. The black man will have been put back in his place. Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton will be interpreting this as the need for a new civil rights movement. Rappers will be inspired to create tracks instructing the young to burn down America. Rabid, inebriated college students will have yet one more reason to work off that binge while also protesting the inherent American racism their professors preached about for years. If the videotape beating of a drunk and stoned black man apprehended after a high-speed chase can start a riot in a major metropolitan city, just what do you think could happen if a black presidential candidate is beaten by an old white Vietnam vet on national television live? We are again talking about people we raised, giving them everything they wanted when they wanted it. Well, now they want Barack Obama, and whether they get him or not, there may be hell to pay. While he claims George W. Bush did nothing for Africa, Bill left out. He immediately reneged on that pledge. He was soon later removed. Bill Clinton campaigned on a middle-class tax cut upon being elected. This This is the worst start I've ever had. What happens when I take 2 weeks off? So have at it. Parents don't know. I'm not sure we've seen a generational shift like the one we're seeing. As far as my limited perspective goes, the next generation takes quite different, as this whole looking for an excuse and now having the greatest the people most likely to create mayhem are the youth. Many of them are as these are the same people who routinely commit crimes and wow, that one hurt.